spoilers for Fallout Season 1 and Season 2 promotional material. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a good show. It's that time again. Season 2 of the Fallout show is rapidly approaching, and if the first season is anything to go off of, a lot of tantrums are going to be thrown about the changes to existing lore. Even more so since this season is going to be a new goddamn Vegas. I'm sure it'll be fine. If there's anything we Fallout players are calm and collected about, it's learning our collective headcanons were completely wrong. It's nice being a Fallout fan, isn't it? Knowing we won't get another game until at least 2030. That's fun. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Fallout show. Let's get our yap on. So before we even start talking about Fallout Season 2, we should talk about what Season 1 set up for us. Let's just start with the metaphorical and literal nuke that is the NCR's demise. It was shocking, yes. And although the method was a bit dumb, considering the state of the NCR during New Vegas, I'm not surprised the Republic failed. The success of the NCR was pretty much entirely tied to Aradesh and Tandy, as well as the player characters of Fallout 1 and 2. They were the only leaders capable of organizing and ruling a republic with the assistance of the Vault Dweller and the Chosen One to act as, well, basically mercenaries to handle their issues. Anyway, as soon as Tandy passed and democracy ensued, things weren't going well. The NCR was growing too fast and expanding too far, driven by greed and a desperate gambit to find a holy grail to save them from their own success. Then they got fucking nuked. Ugh. Yeah, the nuke isn't good. It completely threw away everything that was being built up since Fallout 2 about the NCR's overconfidence and inherent flaws. The Hoover Dam was supposed to be their ultimate victory or utter demise, not some guy hiding in a vault for 2 centuries. I wanted to see anarchy in the streets as the NCR collapsed, people throwing away all of the growth they had together as a society to return to true post-apocalyptic living. What a shame. But maybe the writers can rebound from this move and do better this time around. I don't know. Who knows? We may see the flag of the two-headed bear again. We've also got Thaddeus, who is becoming something after taking a mysterious serum from the chicken lover. This one's tough, since we really have no idea if he's becoming a ghoul or a mutant, as his regenerative abilities are beyond anything we've ever seen. We know that ghouls can regenerate from grave injuries by ingesting radiation, but when Thad is speared through the neck with a crossbow bolt, he isn't surrounded by any radiation. Lucy's Pip-Boy would be going wild if it was radioactive. So a super mutant? Maybe. It's possible that trace amounts of FEV were bottled up by a scavenger and made its way to the mysterious salesman. Mariposa had entire vats of FEV when it was blown up, so it's not crazy to assume some seeped into the environment. After all this time, it's likely lost its green shimmer and mixed with water. Thad may have just ingested a very diluted FEV solution, which could result in a super mutant transformation. The process was near instant when dipped in a full vat, so I'm gonna bet on a slow, miserable transformation to a big green mutant for Thad. After all, there surprisingly were no super mutants in Season 1, so it's about time for that card to be played. Or we'll just see mean son of a bitch. I don't know, man, but we're seeing someone big and green by the end of the season. I didn't notice it much until watching through the show again recently, but there's definitely some tomfoolery going on in the Brotherhood, specifically with this Elder. His discussion with Maximus about power screams him wanting to take control of the Brotherhood from Maxon. Norm is trapped in Vault 31 with Budbrain and a bunch of popsicle people. This is my most anticipated part of the show. I cannot wait to see what happens. Lucy and John Gould are following in Hank's footsteps to New Vegas, which is an insane hike. And one last thing to remember, the Enclave exists. We didn't really get an expansion on what they were up to in Season 1, aside from, controlling dogs, which to me calls back to the Enclave Deathclaws of Fallout 3. They were set up in some snowy mountains, so unfortunately they can really be anywhere. We have no idea how long Wilzig was on the road after escaping and how far he traveled. My guess is the Rocky Mountains, but we can't really know, and I'm sure they'll pop up by the end of the season. Now let's speculate on the state of New Vegas and what we can expect to see from the long-awaited revisit. House 1. He won the second battle of Hoover Dam. It just makes sense. With the context of a blank slate courier existing in the world of New Vegas with no player intervention, they're gonna side with House every day. House is the original employer, the man the courier has to meet and the man with the most to give. Think about it. You're in a state of amnesia and travel the wastes with one purpose, finding Benny, and along the way, the robot who saved your life is trying to get you to meet Mr. House. You're paid for your work and shown an oasis in the wastes and promised a home in it. I don't care what you believe, but if you don't take that offer, you're crazy. So we can assume the courier helped House, but how do we know he won? Well, the NCR definitely lost, not only given their current state, but also because Vegas would be their last bastion, not the observatory. Plus, this NCR vertibird crashed in the strip in one of the credit sequences signals one of two things: an NCR retreat or a final attack on the strip just to spite House. Let's be real, the NCR was never gonna win unless the courier did all of their tasks to fix their disorderly army. As for the Legion, well, come on man, their main camp is literally on top of an army of Securitrons, and Caesar's ready for bed by 7:30. Running on the assumption the courier is following House's orders, the Legion is doomed the instant the courier set foot in that bunker. And what about a courier Vegas ending? No. Again, amnesia, and their only agency is survival. This is a mailman, not Napoleon. Like, I don't want to deal with the stress of ruling, I want a free house and free food, let's be real. All this doesn't doesn't even take into account the trailers, in which House is a very prominent figure. We're gonna see that nearly 3-century-old pile of wrinkles come out of his pod guaranteed. It's too iconic to be passed up. Oh yeah, let's talk about the trailer and also promotional images that have been released so far. Like I said, a lot of focus is on House in this one, so he's gonna be a big deal. He's actually gonna be so important that he became a completely different actor. I thought he was fine. It's extremely likely that the flashbacks will be a tool for contrast, like showing how great and pretty pre-war Vegas is, then cutting to present day where everything House has worked so hard to build has fallen to ruin. Here's a Deathclaw doing his thing concerningly close to Vegas proper. It seems that not only did the Courier not clear out Quarry Junction, but the Deathclaws inside have expanded their territory. Victor! That's all I have to say on that. I just like Victor. The Legion is back, which isn't terribly surprising. Even with their loss at Hoover Dam, their presence reaches so far and wide that of course they're still doing their thing. The better question is who's leading them. It can't be Caesar with his condition. It could be Lanius if he survived his encounter with the Courier. This is also assuming this Legion is even following the same structure of the Legion we know. After losing the Dam and losing their leaders, it's very possible they reorganized under the same banner as some kind of raider tribe. 15 years is a long time for things to change, so I'm running with the theory that they'll have changed a lot since then, for better or for worse. Or Arcade Gannon is leading them, which, I don't know, it could happen. We're back in Novak. 15 years after the events of New Vegas, we may get to see an aged Boone back in action, and if he's dead, I will throw a fit publicly. More importantly though, being in Novak gives the potential of seeing the best and most powerful Fallout character, Cliff Briscoe, my man, my boy, the caravan expert. I hope he's there, man. This image to me looks like the Brotherhood making base at McCarran, which is extremely close to the Strip. Maximus has got to be part of the story, so it seems like the Brotherhood is something to gain in Vegas. He's also got to me what looks like the Cold Fusion thingy. Maybe they want control of Helios 1 or possibly the Securitron facility. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Given the state of the NCR, it'll probably be overrun by fiends or ghouls, whichever makes the most fun action scene. Oh, they're also blowing themselves up, so either I'm right about the power struggle or Maximus is soloing the entire Brotherhood. The Brotherhood's goal could also be about whatever Hank is looking for here. Some sort of Vault-Tec supercomputer? Maybe some kind of containment for more of his pre-war goons? Cryogenic preservation is all the rage in Fallout nowadays. And oh god, this image. The implications, if this is at all accurate to what we'll see in Freeside, it looks like a ghost town. Given what we've seen of the Strip since the Season 1 ending, plus this, it seems like Vegas ended up being a battleground, which matches my theory of the NCR attacking Vegas after House's trump card at Hoover Dam. Oh, hey, so while I was putting all this info together, we kinda got this image, which could mean so many things, and I'm kinda losing it. Ghoulified Kings almost definitely means some kind of nuclear event happened in or around Freeside. And where else did something like this happen? Camp Searchlight, where the Legion used a dirty bomb to turn an NCR outpost into a radioactive death trap full of ghouls. My guess is either the NCR or Legion used that same tactic against House, which is why the Vegas area isn't doing so hot anymore. All the while, House will be alright, sealed up in his fortified Lucky 38. Also, Lucy might be a slave or something. I don't know. Man, I'm excited. It's so crazy to think we're about to see New Vegas again after 15 years. I know the show is very divisive, but I really hope everyone gives it a fair shot without reflexively disliking things too quickly. We really don't get much content as Fallout fans, and I think we can at least be grateful our favorite series didn't end up like others with TV adaptations. I am so sorry, Halo fans. Plus, Season 1 set up some really good plot threads. I'm so goddamn ready to see what's going on with Norm in Vault 31. There's also the question of how Moldiver was preserved over centuries, which I'm sure we'll learn about in flashbacks. Oh, and mark my words, there will be a fan service scene where the ghoul gets in a gunfight while Big Iron plays. I don't make the rules. Oh, what's that? Oh, dude, come on, I just finished this video. How could you do this to me? See you in whatever slop I make next.